Hey everyone, welcome back to the next episode of Let's Talk Digital. I'm your host, Gaurang Agarwal, and the founder of Crazen Media. And today we are going to talk about something that's essential for every entrepreneur, every creator, and every business leader out there. This isn't your typical branding 101. It's 2025, and the rules have changed. It's not so black and white anymore. Branding is no longer about a great logo, or a catchy tagline, or a crazy good jingle which you can hum all day long. Sure, those things are important, but it's more about connection, it's more about experience, it's more about relevance and the impact of the brand on the society and on the environment in general. If you want your brand to stand out and thrive, you need to rethink how you approach it. That's exactly what we are diving into today. Branding redefined for 2025. By the end of this episode, you'll have clear understanding of the trends that are shaping the modern branding, strategies that you need to implement, and how to create a brand that really resonates with your audience. So let's get started. Let's start off with the most important aspect of modern branding out there. Storytelling. Sure, you have heard storytelling years and years on, and it's like a buzzword out there for the people in the industry. But 2025 is where you just cannot ignore it anymore. Your story out of your heart, from your mouth. That is what sets you apart from the crowded market. The more you are authentic, the more you are clear about what you stand for, the more you try to make people understand what you stand for, the more people resonate with you, the more they feel that there's a human behind the brand and they're not just selling something, they are connecting you at some particular point, right? And that's what creates an emotional connection, a deeper understanding, a resonance with your audience. Here's the catch, it's not about telling any story, it's about authenticity and relatability. Sure, you need to have a great storyline, but you don't need polished perfection. That is not what people really want. They want some raw emotions being portrayed, some raw aspects of your brands being told about. They want to know the real you. They want to know the faults, the challenges, the value, the impact you would want to create your vision. That is when it will start resonating for them. Think about brands like Patagonia. The story isn't just selling jackets. It's about protecting the planet. It's about everything they do ties back to the mission. And hence, their customer base is fiercely loyal. The takeaway here, your story isn't just marketing, it's the soul of your brand. Let's say if you're wondering right now where to start, ask yourself, what problem are you solving? How and why does it matter to your audience? How does your journey fit into your mission? If you can answer these questions, you're already way ahead of the game. The next thing we should talk about is hyper-localization. 2025 is no longer enough to have a one-size-fits-all approach. People want brands who understand them, who know them on a local cultural level. It means that is what we mean when I'm speaking hyper-localization. McDonald's has been doing this for years, for example. They just don't roll out the same menu worldwide. They adapt to the local tastes. In India, it's Maharaja Mac. In Japan, it's Teriyaki Burgers. And these little touches show customers that the brand understands and respects their culture. You don't have to be a global giant to make this work for you. Even small businesses can embrace localization. For instance, if you target a specific region, language, use their imagery, add humor which can speak directly to that audience, celebrate local holidays, partner with regional influencers, or create products that just, reflect their cultural preferences. The goal is that you need to make your audience feel seen and understood. In a world where competition is fierce, cultural relevance can be a secret weapon. I mean, not a lot of brands are doing out there, but sure, There's a rise of brands who are adapting to hyper-localization, and the more months and years that go by, you will see that that is the only end game out there anymore. Now let's talk about transparency. We already talked about your story and you being raw and authentic about it. So you just need to take it a bit up the notch. That is where customers, your consumers value transparency in 2025. People give out vague promises and corporate fluff, and they know the why and how behind your brand. But transparency means being upfront about everything, from your values to your practices to your challenges. If your business is eco-friendly, show how. If you're committed to ethical practices, share your journey, talk about it. You're afraid of admitting your mistakes, it's not gonna happen. Admitting your mistakes and sharing that with the world, obviously you need to take care of your legalization and secrecy and everything. Sure, that's there. But if you can go ahead, walk out the front door and admit your mistakes, customers appreciate the authenticity over perfection. They will understand that. Your buyers will understand that. Sure, there could be an initial setback, but on the long run, it's always good for you. It will always work out for you. One brand that I feel nailed transparency is Glossier. They involved the customers in product development, openly shared their feedback, even addressed criticism publicly. The level of honesty makes people feel that they're part of the brand, their journey, and they're not just buyers. As an entrepreneur, you can start small. Share behind the scenes, talk about the decisions you're making, the plans you have, the vision you have. Invite your audience into participating, into shaping your brands. And when you're open and honest, you're not just building a brand, you're building trust, you're building a community. Okay, now, too much info, let's bring it all together. 2025, branding should be more than just looking good. It needs to be real, it needs to be relevant, it needs to be relatable. You have to be authentic about your story. You need to share your story with your audience a bit more, a bit less. That's on you. That's your call. But while you're doing that, embrace hyper-localization, because that allows you to connect with your audience on a deeper level than it would normally happen. Humanize your brand through transparency, and that's where you win and that's where you stand apart. The brands that win today are the ones who create meaningful collections and stay true to value and back them up. If you're just looking to start out or looking to evolve your brand, these strategies will help you stand out in the noisy market we are currently in. And if you found this episode helpful, share it with a fellow entrepreneur or a creative who's building the brand in 2025. As always, I love to hear your thoughts. What's one branding trend you're excited about to implement this year? Let me know on our Instagram or LinkedIn profile. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Digital. I'll see you next time for more insights to grow your brand, your business, and thrive in the digital world. Until then, take care and keep building something amazing. Thank you.